Okay, so does the Cam Link 4K from Elgato work with the D800E? And the answer is definitely yes, because it's running right now. You're watching me through the Cam Link 4K on the D800E. It wasn't working at first, and I was unplugging it, everything, and I realized I had my Parallels running with Windows 7, and Windows 7 actually was installed the driver for the Cam Link, and so it took control of the USB. So I just had to go into the settings and push it over to the Mac again, deselect it on the USB, and then pushed it over to the Mac, and it's working. And boy, oh boy, it looks good. Don't want to admire myself too much, but it's looking really good. There's no artifacts really, and I'm running it at on manual mode, 1/25 of a second shutter speed. It's running at 1080p 25 frames per second because I'm in Australia and that works better for the deflickering of the lights and so forth. If you're in America, run it at 30 frames per second and a 30th of a second or a 60th, depends how much lighting you've got. I've only got a little bit of lighting up here, so more lighting, you can run at a lower ISO. I'm running at 250 ISO at the moment, so yeah, that's looking pretty impressive compared to the QDSLR dashboard. I totally recommend using the QDSLR dashboard. I'll put the link there, over that side, and just have a look at that one. You can run that for free. If you're starting to get into YouTube, just run that one for free. And then you can upgrade to the Cam Link 4K. Where's the box? Look at that. You can see how sharp it is. Oh, there we go. Let's get it right in sharpness there. I'm running a 50mm 1.8 Nikon lens, and that's why you're getting this very shallow depth of field. So I'm running it at full open aperture there at 1.8. So you're getting very shallow depth of field. If I had more lights, I'd probably, more lighting power, I'd push it up to like F4 maybe. I was looking at, when I run F8, everything looks fully in focus. I quite like this soft look, so I'd probably run F4. But yeah, it's working really well. There's the back of it, so you can sort of see how sharp. No artifacts, it's quite smooth. I'm not too sure what the audio is going to be in sync. Might have to run it through Final Cut Pro, sync up the audio. Actually, while I'm here, let's use my little app, my little clapper. Where are we? Clapper. Yeah, it's called Clapper. Auto Clap. This is it. It's got this app called Auto Clap. Oh, there you go. Put the volume up, and that will sync. This is a free app you can get in on the App Store, and it randomly cruises around, and you can sync up the audio. So I totally recommend that as well. There we go, turning him off. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. As you know, when I was running DSLR dashboard, QDSLR dashboard, I was getting sort of artifacts through the hair and that sort of thing. It wasn't as sharp as this, you can see. Definitely need a shave, and it is very sharp. The Nikon 50mm 1.8 is pretty much the sharpest lens, non-telephoto lens that Nikon make, and it's also the cheapest. So if you got a Nikon, I totally recommend get the actual f1.8 version is actually sharper than the 1.4, and it's cheaper as well, so totally get the Nikon 50mm f1.8 lens there. Not sponsored by Nikon, but I've been using Nikon for many years. I like the colours they give. It's less blue, sort of, that pretty much is my natural skin tone. If I was running a Canon, it sort of looks a bit colder, I find, with Canon. When I was looking at the new camera, and I was looking at the Canon Pro cameras at the time back in the day, the photos just looked a little bit colder. Some people like that. It probably looks a little bit sort of sharper, or technically, I don't know what you'd call it, but some people like it a bit sort of colder. I also like the warmer colours, and Nikon, yes, and I'm looking at my skin tones there, and it's looking pretty good. Alright, so get the Cam Link 4K, I totally recommend it from Elgato. Not sponsored by Elgato. I've used some of their products. I use the ITV and video capture. If anyone's been watching my channel from very early on, I used to digitize all my cycling videos, hence Walrus Rider, and that's what got me onto YouTube. Just wanted to share all my old cycling videos before, you know, copyright took over and everyone started claiming ownership, rightly so, of the material. So I'm just doing my own videos now and create my own content and totally avoid the copyright police, as I call them. I actually got a copyright claim for some of my music that I was using that actually had free copyright. I think it's called Fresh Tunes. They actually claimed music I've used in a couple of videos, and it was actually Creative Commons music, and I just challenged it and they took the copyright down. So they backed down there. So if you've anyone that's got a copyright claim from Fresh Tunes, you know, name. I don't usually name and shame, but I looked through this and looked it up, and there's quite a few people that actually Fresh Tunes were trying to claim like their own personal music that they actually created themselves. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on. I think we need to clamp down on it and really stick up for ourselves. But yeah, I'm really liking this output now. Hopefully YouTube don't stuff it up and it looks good when it comes on YouTube, because it's looking very, very sharp. Looking very sharp on my monitor here. I've got my monitor running now, so there we go. Okay guys, I think we'll leave it there. What else should I talk about? That's right, I was going to just give it a sec. Let's keep this running, and I'll grab the green screen. I want to do a video on this eventually. This is a green material I got from a place called Spotlight. They do, like, you know, just like haberdashery fabric, you know, for people that make their own dresses, and they've got all sorts of curtains and all sorts of things. This was only like, it's fairly big. I think it's 1.5 meters wide. It was only like $2 a meter. So I got 3 meters. I think I've got 3 meters by 1.5, and that color is pretty decent for a green screen. I might actually get the proper Elgato green screen. Everyone raves about it. That's about $300, I think. So compared to $6, and you can put it on, like, anyone that's good at sewing, you sort of make it like a little sort of pouch there, and you can put it on like on a bit of dowel or something, and put it behind you, and got yourself a green screen. Just make sure that it's nice and flat, give it a bit of an iron, but it tends to work even with a few little creases in it, because when you get back, especially when it's out of focus, it sort of tends to come up alright. Alright, so I might do a video on that. It's pretty self-explanatory, really. I've done a green screen video. I'll put the link up there. I always get it mixed up. Alright, so we'll leave it there. Tell me if you want me to do a full green screen video. I have done one. I'll put the link there. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm pretty happy with this Elgato now that I've got it working. It was so frustrating, but then I realised it was hooked up to my Windows 7 on my Parallels desktop there, because I do a bit of editing in Windows 7. Program I use is Video Redo, which I just know it quite well. I've been using it for years when I was a Windows user before I went to Mac, so I just keep using it. Alright guys, I'll see you next time, and give us a like, subscribe, and yeah, I'm really liking this output. Never looked so good, but yeah. It used to be so annoying when I was looking at it. I'd just see all artifacts through my hair just shimmering through. That was just from a USB, but this is a nice clean HDMI output. Let's see if I can show you the, probably not. It's probably going to unplug. Nah, I won't be able to show you the Cam Link, but it's hooked up nicely. I've actually got it running through about probably about a 0.5 meter USB extension as well, to keep it away from other cables. But yeah, it's running well. Okay guys, hope you like that video, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Oh yeah, don't forget, put a link, put comments if you've got other cameras working, because I know on Elgato there's only I think Nikon, they've only got like 3 cameras they say work. Like, I think it was a D750 or so forth. But I'm finding, yeah, D800E definitely works. And I heard the D810 works. And I'm pretty sure the D850 works as well. So just put your comments below who's got their cameras working with the Cam Link 4K from Elgato. And we'll go from there, so we'll get a bit of a database going. Alright, cheers guys. See ya.